So now let's talk about my hesitation to me not liking some of the numbers that came out with in this problem right here. In the previous problem, we ended up getting these percentages, and then on a totally separate problem, it's asking find the percent composition of aluminum sulfate. So we have Al2 SO4 3. And the reason why I say that this is where I have a problem with this thing is because the numbers are going to come out to be the exact same, and that's not always going to be the case. And so I think it's just kind of a fluke in the way that we chose the numbers, maybe to show you, try to get you to understand the approach here. But essentially, here's what's going on. What you need to do is first assume that we have 1 mole of this stuff, 1 mole of that stuff. And if I had 1 mole of that stuff, that would mean I have 2 moles of oxygen, 2 moles, or I'm sorry, not oxygen, aluminum. I have 3 moles of sulfur, and I have 12 moles of oxygen. Now, if I had 1 mole of this stuff over here, that would give me 342, was it 342? Yeah, it's 342.2 grams. How did I figure that out? Well, that actually was from the previous problem. In fact, all these numbers are going to be from the previous problem, because 342.2 grams is 1 mole of aluminum sulfate right there. And I already know that 2 moles of aluminum is actually 53.96. So that's equal to 53.96 grams worth of aluminum. And this is equal to, I'm sorry, what were the numbers? 96.21 and 192. 96.21 and 192.0 grams worth of all of this stuff. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to figure out the percentage. And all I do is I take this number right here and divide it by this number right here. So 53.96 grams over 342.2 grams is going to equal to 15.77%. Of course, I need to multiply by 100%, because if you take that, you're actually going to get 0.1577, and then you multiply by 100% to make it into a percentage, and then you end up getting your percentage of aluminum, which, and here's my problem with it, is it happens to be the same exact numbers as those, but these are 2 separate problems that just so happen to have the same answer. Anyway, I don't want you to think they're too closely tied together. And you do the same thing for the sulfur. So you've got your 96.21 grams over 342.2 grams, and you're left with 28.12%. And your oxygen is going to give you 56.11% oxygen.